All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Every once in a while I'll do that.
Good to have you here this morning on a beautiful spring day. It's going to really be warm today. We're all going to be outside. It's like people come out of their hovels and they're everywhere on the streets and everything. It's a delight, but it won't be that way tomorrow, so hang in there. So glad to have you here. Glad to have anyone joining us online. And many thanks to everybody for your ongoing support of the church. Those gifts that come in by PayPal or through the website, by check in the mail, we really appreciate that support. Always want to start with just a few announcements so you know what's coming up. Next Sunday, Dr. Michelle Harkey is going to be here. She always does a great job. Her topic is synchronicity, coincidence, or divine guidance. I like that one. It's going to be really interesting. Here's a quote from the blurb she sent me about it. Psychologist Dr. Carl Jung coined the term synchronicity to describe meaningful coincidences that connect our inner lives with events unfolding around us. In this message, we'll explore how these surprising moments invite us to slow down, pay attention, and consider whether life might be offering us divine guidance in unexpected ways. That sounds really good. And music will be by Linda Blaine and Dave Clutter. It'd be nice to have them back. The 5-week Bible study at the church, Wisdom Teachings of the Bible, that Cliff Miller is facilitating. I think there's maybe 2 more sessions. This tomorrow at 1:30 and then March 30th at 1:30. 2 more sessions, a donation basis, as always. We're having a choir practice after the service today for anyone who wants to join us to sing on Easter Sunday. It's an easy selection. It's a lot of fun. So you're welcome to join us today, even if you haven't come to any others. And then there'll be a run-through before the service on Easter. And let's see. Easter's coming up fast. Can you believe it? 2 weeks. So we're doing our usual invitation for you to donate toward lily plants. That'll be on display up on the platform for the Easter service. And Linda has put a sign-up sheet on the back table that's how many you want to purchase and who you want it in memory of. And I usually do a bulletin on Easter Sunday just because I can list those things and it makes it, it's kind of our flower service. There'll be flower affirmations for everyone too. I think that's it for announcements right now. Joe and I are your musicians today, so we'll start with a prayer song. And it's such an easy chant, I'm hoping you'll all just join in. It's by a songwriter, singer named Michael Stillwater, and I think he passed just recently, the last couple of months ago. Wonderful writer, particularly of really accessible chant-like songs. So I hope you'll join in. We'll do it a few times. It's called May We All Return. Okay. May we all return, may we all return to the place in the heart. May we all return, may we all return, may we all to the place in the heart, may we all return. Join us now. May we all return, may we all return to the place in the heart, may we all return. May we all return. Let's do it once more. May we all return. May we all return to the place in the heart. May we all return. May we all return. May we all return. become more centered and silent and alert to that presence within us, that power, that flow of life, deep in our hearts, deep within us, at our very center. We open our hearts, ready to receive from that wellspring within us of all that God is, of renewing life, of steadying peace, of confidence, of hope, of freedom, of joy. We are wide open to the will of God, which for us is always good. That power and presence within us, always seeking to guide us in the path of life, of wholeness, of fulfillment. So we set aside our agendas and our plans, our to-do lists, our constant thinking, and we let ourselves listen in that deep place, ready to receive from that wellspring within us. We affirm our intention to keep that place open all through the days before us, for ourselves and for one another, that place of openness to guidance, to flowing, renewing life, to the word of wisdom from within us of what is ours to do. And we affirm how grateful we are for that constant, unfailing presence in our very midst and all around us. And deep within our hearts, we are truly grateful. And so it is. Amen. All right. Well, in honor of spring, I thought of one of our favorite spring songs. We might have done this last year, right around this time. It's called The Dance of the Cherry Trees. And we heard the songwriter and singer John Spillane sing this song when we were in Ireland. He's just a funny, quirky, talented guy. He would often say when he was doing the song for you, he'd say, "I'm going to do the song now. I read it myself, start to finish." He's still around doing his thing, and it's just a fun, makes me smile kind of song.
Cherry trees every April in our town. They put on the most outrageous clothes and they sing and they dance around. Hardly anybody sings or dances, hardly anybody dances or sings in this town that I call my own. You have to hand it to the cherry trees, and they seem to be saying to me anyway. You know we traveled all around the sun. You know it's taken us one whole year. Well done, everyone, well done. Cherry blossoms in the air, cherry blossoms on the street, cherry blossoms in your hair, and a blossom at your feet. You know we traveled all around the sun. You know it's taken us one whole year. Well done, everyone, well done. On behalf of me and the cherry trees, well done. Well done. You know me, sometimes I think I'm getting old, not as young as I used to be. So it means even more to me to see the dance of the cherry trees, and they seem to be saying, is it only to me? You know we traveled all around the sun. You know it's taken us one whole year. Well done, everyone, well done. You know we traveled all around the sun. You know it's taken us one whole year. Well done, everyone, well done. On behalf of me and the cherry trees, well done.
like to fly John Spillane over, do a few tunes for us. That'd be fun. Well, happy spring, as of 2 days ago, I guess, huh? March 20, I think 10:45 a.m. it became spring. You don't know it every day, but yeah. Who's counting? But we're definitely getting there. So let's see. Well, I have another kind, it's sort of a Lent St. Patrick's joke, approaching Easter kind of joke. There's a Mother Superior in Ireland who's passing away, and she's like 98 years old. And all the nuns around her, want to make it a peaceful and a comfortable passing for her, to make that last journey as comfortable as possible. So they're all gathered around her, and one of them gives her some nice warm milk, straight from the cow, and she doesn't want it, puts it away. So they keep tending to her. One of the nuns goes out to the kitchen with that milk, and notices a nice bottle of Irish whiskey that someone had given them around St. Patrick's Day, and it just slips kind of a liberal amount of that into that warm milk, and takes it back in, and she kind of gives it a sniff, and she drinks a little bit, and then a little bit more, and pretty much that whole glass was gone, and they were so pleased. So as they're gathered around, they know she's going soon. They said, Mother Superior, tell us some words of wisdom before you go that we can hold fast to after your departure. And she kind of gets herself up a little bit, says with great earnestness, don't ever sell that cow. It's not a punchline you see coming, I think. I like that about that joke. Keep that cow. Well, my title today is Equipped for Renewal, and it's really sort of about spring, because it's just been wonderful to see things coming back to life, hasn't it? And it happens so fast. The leaves and the buds and flowers coming out so quickly. And earlier in the week we had that snow, and I always, kind of painful to see the poor daffodils just kind of pushed down to the ground by the snow and some of the other things, and that, and then we go right back to then songbirds coming out and things coming back in again. I used to fret terribly in my younger years about the poor suffocated daffodils and so on. I'd think like, spring has been ruined, So such a sad feeling, until I just kind of learned a little bit more about plants and the miracles of renewal that are going on in nature, that provide a kind of protection and guidance. They're equipped for renewal. It's just pretty fantastic what's built into them. For instance, I learned years ago about something they call guard cells that are in the leaves of all the plants that, and they begin those buds and everything that are beginning to come out. Those guard cells will kind of shut down pores if it's too cold or too wet or conditions are no longer good for growing more. So I notice that every year. It's like we get a snow and everything kind of stops for a little bit. The growth doesn't continue. They kind of slow it down. Those guard cells are saying, wait a minute, it's getting a little too cold. Let's close those pores up. It's a kind of a built-in protection for them to grow. When conditions are better, warmer, better for their renewal, they begin that growth process again. I think it's pretty amazing. There's all kinds of things built into their seed coats. Seeds themselves have everything in them they need to grow. They're called totipotent. They don't have to have anything else. They've got everything they need built into them for them to grow into their fullness. And seed dormancy is a pretty amazing thing. It's just kind of a miracle of what's built into seeds. They're tough. Some seeds remain dormant in the soil for years, for decades even sometimes, down in the soil. When we went to Florida, I was deeply impressed. We took a tour at Sanibel and the beautiful stuff there, and we learned a lot about the mangrove trees, which are really important trees down there. They have roots that go out like crazy, and they're like, things start with the mangrove trees. All kinds of life starts with those mangrove trees, and their seed pods are like cigars. That's what they look like, and they float around in the ocean for a couple of years quite often until they find themselves in the right place and circumstances to put those roots down and grow. They remain dormant and fully alive in there, vitality intact, until the conditions are right. That's a kind of protection built right into them. This past weekend, I can't remember where I read this article, but I learned something about something called the fire fungi. Have you ever heard of fire fungi? I just thought it was fascinating. In areas where there have been wildfires, where all the surface vegetation and even the wildlife, everything has been killed by these raging fires, the soil is just scorched and sometimes it gets hardened from the ash and so on. The first things to come up quite often, sometimes even within a couple of weeks, are the fire fungi. I guess that's why they call them that, because they'll show up in fire areas. And they're little cup-shaped mushrooms in multiple colors, bright colored cup kind of fungi. And they start coming up within a couple of weeks. They pop up everywhere, sometimes in huge mats. And they begin to break up that rocky, hard, ash-covered soil and get it going for renewal for other plants to come in and to take seed. The fire fungi, they revitalize the soil and they kind of set the stage for a wider renewal. Yay for the fire fungi, huh? I think it's amazing. They're discovering a lot of things about mushrooms like that they're so healing, and they can restore vitality to soil in all kinds of ways. So it seems to me that's a great thing to think about for ourselves, because we are a part of nature. Sometimes we act like we think we're separate from it, and we don't have to worry about other things going on in nature, but we are all connected, and we are equipped with that same power of renewal in us. We certainly have the same things in us. I think scriptures talk about that a lot, that the guidance we need is within us. The Bible is full of things like that, about people. They call it the word, mostly, in scripture. They call it the word. People are always hearing the word, following the word, being guided by the word. Moses heard the word, from a burning bush out in the wilderness. Jacob heard the word during a dream where he saw a ladder up to heaven and heard God's voice. Throughout scripture, people are, and they don't have to be good people particularly. They don't have to be perfect. All kinds of people, meaning every one of us has access to the word, to direction from within. In Deuteronomy chapter 30, it says, "The word is very near to you. It is in your mouth and in your heart for you to share." That's pretty amazing. For you to observe, it's very near to you. It's in your mouth and in your heart for you to observe. So you can feel that, you can sense it coming from within you. It's on the tip of your tongues, you can speak it. The guidance from within you. It's not a far off thing, it's right here. Jesus told his disciples, you can abide in the word, and the word abides in you. Right here, constant guidance. We're equipped for renewal, for finding new direction when we need it, for being healed, for being guided back in a path of life for us. So how do we tap into that? I think mostly it's by what we call intuition, right? We get a feeling from within. We get a nudge. Sometimes we can't even express it yet. We get some nudge of guidance from within. Some people call it divine discontent sometimes. If there's something it's not feeling quite right now, something we need to change, we'll get nudges for a while. We may not even be able to interpret. It's just kind of like the plants that have this, they're equipped for renewal. They know when it's time to pause, go dormant, close down those pores. Conditions are not ripe for renewal right now. It's in us too, that same kind of guidance and protection. I've always loved this quote from, and I probably told you this one to you before, Rabbi Rami Shapiro. He says tapping into this inner guidance, this kind of hearing of the word, is like experiencing the grain of the moment and going with the grain instead of against it. I really like that quote. Feeling the grain of the moment, which is sort of like the guidance is right there, right here, right now, kind of like feeling for the grain in wood. And then as anytime when you're working with wood, you go with the grain, you don't go against it. That work supports the wood better. So it's kind of like that, feeling the grain of the moment, that intuition when it gets engaged. And then just like the plants, we have that so we can grow better into our full potential as daffodils or crocuses or hydrangea bushes or full human beings reaching their fullest development. So it's part of our innate equipment for renewal, this guidance from within us that we tap into through what we call intuition. Regardless of surface damage, injuries of the past, just like the fire fungi showing up in those barren, burned forest lands, we have the capacity to draw directly from that source within us for our renewal at all times. And it's happening all the time. We've probably honored it many times, intuitions that have come to us. It's really a regular part of our lives. We get a feeling there's something we need to do for ourselves, or something we need to stop doing, sometimes habits, or practices, or say addictions, we are guided, we get nudged, sometimes repeatedly. Sometimes we're not real quick to pick up on that nudge, or we don't want to hear that nudge, but it'll keep coming because it's almost like something in us wants us to heal and thrive. And it is, because God does. That's God's will for us, to guide us back toward that. So something will come to us, like this is no longer comfortable for me, this is something that needs to change, this is something I need to give up, or this is something I need to start doing more of for myself. I was thinking of an old friend of mine, they called him Big Mike. Many years ago, I knew him in Maze Road Unity days, and I knew him as a musician and a friend and a really funny guy, and he also did some teaching, and he often spoke about what a bad drunk he had been earlier in his life. I had never known him in that era, but he would say, it was bad, it was really bad. But it had been more than 20 years. He'd been sober, and I admired his diligence, his devotion to his sobriety, and then especially to his devotion to others' sobriety. I would ask him, why are you still going to meetings? He went to a couple meetings at least every week, and it had been over 20 years since he'd been sober, and he said, for the others. For the others. It's like it had been such a turnaround for him, it also became kind of a life path, a really significant part of the purpose of his life, for the others. Just like that renewing life in him not only healed him, but helped in healing others as he shared what he had learned. So that kind of that intuition, it's frequently sparked by witnessing others' growth, I think. Or sometimes it just simply comes to us just deeply from God within. There's something we're hearing, it's coming in our dreams, it's coming in random books we stumble upon, or just guidance that comes to us, or just a nagging feeling that just keeps coming back. We watched last week a little program on the kind of a bio of Peter, Paul, and Mary. Some of you might have caught it. Was it at 20? Their 50th. Their 50th maybe. But they were talking about their life and the cycles they went through. And there was a period of time when, for about 7 years, they weren't working together. And Noel Paul Stuckey said he really had become very clear he needed to define himself apart from the group for a while. Who was he? Not just part of PPM. And he bought a house in Maine and spent a lot of time with his wife and his 3 daughters, and a lot of time rowing around in a rowboat on a little lake they had there, and got back in touch with who he was. He was really guided to do that, and then after 7 years, he had been kind of matured and more fulfilled by that time, and he brought that back to the group when they began performing together again. That's good following your instinct and intuition. It's always meant for our highest unfolding, for our comfort, for our healing. Stuckey's experience made me think of Henry David Thoreau in Walden. Any of you ever read Walden, like in high school or something? He had the same thing, apparently. He had this feeling, I need to get apart from society, from culture. I need to find out who I am. I want to live more simply, get back to what is essential in my life. And he built that cabin on Walden Lake and lived there for 2 years in a lot of solitude, although he did have visitors occasionally. I think he had 2 chairs, one for himself and one for a visitor. And he really did get back in touch with himself as connected to nature. And that 2 years fueled the rest of his life's work. All the creative work of his life that flowed out of that was dynamic. Healed lots of others. He was healed, and as he was healed, he reached out to so many others with what he had learned and felt. I think we can heighten our intuition to get more clarity about this so it happens more routinely and regularly for us, and we don't have to be kind of nudged until we're in such distress that we know we've got to change. But we can, I think, live, and many of us do, in a way that you're receiving that guidance more readily and clearly. It's not taking as long to get a sense of, this is something I really need to do more of for myself. This is really who I am, and I need this to be who I am. Or this is something that is not serving me any longer. It's just not working for me. In fact, it's suppressing my energies in some way. We can get better about that, I think. And usually it involves quieting our minds a little bit. That's a big part of it. Our over-planning, overthinking, constant going over inner dramas or concerns, what they call monkey mind. You know, our minds are going all the time. That's not going to stop really, but we can become more aware of where our thoughts are going and bring them back to something we want to focus more on. That's called meditation, basically. And I think sometimes we think too much of meditation. We make it too mysterious and expect amazing things, like all of a sudden we're going to be just in this Zen place where nothing ever bothers us again. But it's more like just a regular daily practice. You know, if we spend a little time just sitting in the silence, maybe following our breath, and when our minds go somewhere, we just take note on thinking about dinner later, and you bring it back, and but never with any worry about it. It's just a natural thing. But progressively, then we realize I can shift my thoughts. I can become a little more aware of where my thoughts are taking me, and I can bring it back, and I can decide, is that something I want to think about right now? No. And it gives us more control over where our minds are wandering. And more peace does come from that, and better clarity about, the wisdom from within can rise up better if our minds are quieted down a little bit. Prayer can do that too, especially if we spend more time just listening than thinking or telling God what to do. Anyone else ever tell God what to do? We do. We like to do that. But really, it works much better if we just sort of get into a quiet place and just sort of listen. Maybe invite God, guide me in what's mine to do today, and sit and listen. There's a power in that, a clarity that comes. Or by all means, get out in nature whenever and wherever we can, right? Just like Thoreau and Noble Paul Stuckey. We're a part of nature, and when we put ourselves into it and feel our connection, I think there's an immediate kind of calming of the mind, don't you? It just kind of calms us a little bit to be among trees or looking at water or just, walking a familiar and beautiful path outside. Our minds become a little more open, a little more receptive. We'll definitely feel our minds quieting down. So in closing, just, kind of an invitation maybe to all of us to think about what is nudging you from within right now at this point in your life. What word is coming to you? What is the power and presence within you? What is it guiding you that's be something good for you to do more of in your life that would bring you greater comfort or healing? What is the guidance coming to you from within? You're equipped with renewal just as the plants are and the trees. Everything in nature has access to that same deep wellspring within. Because God is always seeking to heal our hurts, bodies and minds, and to lead us in paths of greater peace and freedom and joy and fulfillment. So if we're not sure, best thing to do is to, that mysterious constant activity of God is always going on, is to try to spend some times in oases of quiet in whatever way works for you, some quiet place in your home or in your yard, or I'll get into a quiet place doing some weeding. Anyone ever enjoy the meditation of weeding? Anybody else? Weeding, planting, just sitting and watching spring emerge. Let's just do that. That will quiet our minds beautifully and make us more alert to the messages of renewal coming from within us, the guidance that's available to us all. Amen? Amen. Let's take that into prayer for just a moment and just close with a prayer of gratitude for this unfailing presence within us that is always seeking to guide us in the path of life, of health and wholeness, of peace, of freedom. Nothing is stronger than that power and presence within us. No habits, no addictions, no problems, no issues, no plaguing thoughts. God within is more powerful than all of that and is always seeking to guide us forward in peace and fulfillment. How grateful we are for that constant, mysterious, growing activity of God within us, helping to continue growing through our lives in great fullness. Thank you, God, for your unfailing presence with every one of us, with all life. We are grateful, and so it is. Amen. All right, we have another kind of spring song, I think. It's about gardening to do for you. All right. It's called the Garden Song, John Denver. I suspect many of you are familiar with it. We've done it with Bill Cohen pretty often too. And it's just one of those songs that never goes away.
did this song with someone on Unity of Maze many, many years ago. The only source I could find to see how it went was John Denver doing it on The Muppet Show.
Yeah.
Really good, really good.
Yeah, there is a childlike energy about it.
Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless the seeds I sow. Someone warn them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, it is made of dreams and bones. Need to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music from the land. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless the seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down.
Plant your rows straight and long, thicken them with prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. Old crow watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as my feathered friend up there.
Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless the seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Till the rain comes tumbling down. Till the rain comes tumbling down.
Thank you. All right. Our host today is Debbie Conkle. Let's thank Debbie for being our host.
Great, well, thank you. Hope you can hear me. First of all,
There we are.
there we go. First of all, I'd like to give thanks to Joanne for her wonderful message about springtime and renewal. Very inspiring.
Thanks, Debbie.
And thanks to Joe and Joanne for the wonderful music. Love that John Denver song. And more thanks to Joe, who handles the AV in-house and enables us to stream our service online. Thanks so much, Joe. And thanks to the kind folks who prepared the lovely refreshments for us today, Candy and Jennifer. Let's hear it for them. We are grateful.
There's 2 cakes back there.
And of course, a warm thank you to everyone for your tithes and donations that keep our ministry going, whether via PayPal, checks in the mail, or credit card donations through our website, unitydelawareohio.org. So now here's a recap of the announcements. Next Sunday, March the 29th, Dr. Michelle Harka will be our speaker. Her title is Synchronicity, Coincidence, or Divine Guidance, which sounds like a great topic. Music will be by Linda Blaine and Dave Clutter. There are 2 more sessions of the Bible study going on at the church focused on wisdom teachings of the Bible. This Monday, March 23rd, and Monday the 30th at 1:30. Newcomers are welcome at any time, and it's on a donation basis. And I just want to say personally how much I've been enjoying the sessions with Cliff and everyone. So I invite you all to join. There will be a choir practice after the service today, starting around 11:30 after a break for refreshments. It's not too late to join our choir for Easter, if you can come today. We'll have just one more practice before the service on Easter Sunday. And finally, if you would like to donate a lily plant for our Easter service on April 5th, there is a sign-up sheet on the back table. So I think that's it. Are there any other announcements I may have forgotten? Okay, great. Well, if not, let's circle up for the peace song.
Thank you, Debbie. All right. You are? There you go. All right. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, and we all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let's join together in our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. And so it is. See, you went back for cake. There's 2 cakes back there. Thank you, Debbie.